again, this is Anthony. Oh. Well, yes, but it's not really be signing back on.
SHREDDYKRUGER signing. Go ahead, Joe.
Swift Raptors signing in.
We are short 2 this weekend. We are short 1 B-Boy Killswitch and 1 Reaper. One's having car issues, the other one is working. So
Life shit.
thug life.
Life shit.
You know, minus the thug. But
I don't know. Some of them get kind of thug. I think B-Boy can get kind of thug.
No.
No. Jujo gets.
Jujo will get a thug.
Jujo get thug. Angel is not so thug.
He's got small moments.
I still wouldn't piss him off, but
yeah, he's Spanish. That's why.
yeah, it's the Spanish in him. That's
the scary part.
Can I ask you a question though?
Yes.
Me being a white man
Of Caucasian descent.
Yeah, me being not as urban as the rest of you. Growing up, I've always learned that if a Latin person gets really extremely pissed off, I just have a Latin temper. Just a Latin temper. But if I go off, I'm just a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Is that how it is?
We have a get out of jail free card.
Oh, that's you. Okay.
At the same time,
Just making sure.
being of Spanish descent and being from New York, you entirely get away with double-sided coin. It's literally the same face, 2 sides of the coin. Because either way, I can be like, oh, I'm just from New York. Or I can be like, oh,
Yeah, that's
I'm
another
Spanish.
thing with these. Yeah, but the New York people, it's the same.
Either it's
The thing
automatically
is,
I'm Spanish.
People like to, oh well, why you listen? All my best friends are Spanish and from New York, so I can say whatever the fuck I want about Spanish people in New York.
Oh, man.
You know, it's never.
It is automatically a get out of
Yeah.
jail free card.
Yeah.
So yeah, just you know, I have a temper. I'm from New York,
It's all right.
or I have a temper. I'm Spanish.
Your family, it's okay. It happens.
So yeah, it's essentially just the way that kind of rolls down. All right, so what have we been up to?
Shit. Last week was not available for the podcast because my wife's father was getting married and they live all the way in Pennsylvania. So I had an awesome 16-hour drive up and a really awesome 16-hour drive back. And as a truck driver, you think it wouldn't be that big a deal, but it's just when you're in a truck and you have your stuff set up and you're grinding gears and jamming gears and getting it, that's fun. When you're in a little Toyota Corolla with 4 people and 2 of them being children, it's not fucking fun at all. It's not something I want to do again. I'll just take my ass to Disney World.
Try with 4.
Yeah, I'll just take my ass to Disney World. I was glad I could be a part of the wedding. I'm glad I could, go visit and see her family and stuff. But so I was never happy enough to come home. Oh my God, was I happy! So I am just glad to be back. And
Pac-Man died.
yeah, Pac-Man died. He's even depressed about the trip. Jesus.
Oh man. All right, so Swift Raptor, what have you been up to?
Packing up, getting ready for the move, getting ready to get down there and get all set up, man. It's been busy. Trying to catch as much of the E3 coverage as possible. Seeing some really, really awesome stuff coming out of there that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, Swift Raptor is actually getting ready to move right to our town here. He'll be here Wednesday, so that means next podcast we do, we will have him live in the flesh.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be fun because I haven't grabbed his titties in like at least 3 months, so I'm ready for that. But yeah, so he'll be here. So yeah, he's been packing like a mofo.
Yeah, at least 3 months.
So
specifically,
we're excited to get Swift Raptor down here so we can have the full lineup in person, in action. So that's been pretty much our deals over here. What about you, brother?
well, I was on call last weekend, so I didn't get a chance to do anything.
Yeah, beat out calls. That's gotta be rough, dude.
Yeah.
It's gotta be rough.
It wasn't the worst. I mean, I didn't work out. I wasn't out too late on the weekend days. Thursday night was pretty much the end of my on-call shift because Friday is when it's over and the next shift starts for whoever's. I was out till like fucking almost midnight.
Yeah.
I didn't get home till like 12 o'clock.
Holy shit. Well, for anybody listening, we're gonna try this out. This is the first week we tried it. I have the Swift Raptor is live from Messenger. We're video chatting him so he can be a part of this, which we've done the last couple of weeks. he's got a fidget spinner on his forehead, and it's
And you
just,
can turn it face that way so that.
and he's
the camera-
let's turn it this
So that way the camera can see his face and he can still see us through
Oh shit!
whatever else.
Thought I hit a button.
No, maybe, possibly.
maybe
a little bit
this
more
one.
angle. A little bit more angle.
Oh, the lighting is just absolutely horrible for him. Oh wait, no, the camera's over here. What am I doing?
Yeah, lean it back more.
I'm gonna need to lean it forward.
Maybe it's just the screen's got too much exposure.
Well, he's just ugly anyway, so I don't know what he's doing there. Oh, hold on, yeah. Oh,
I don't want to break your lens.
I missed the
The light on
behind
his
you.
end? Yeah, it might be the light on his end.
Either way, we are live streaming on YouTube through the PlayStation 4. Why not? But we're going to try to keep this rolling. Maybe we can get a couple followers from here too and just broaden the community a little bit more for us so that way we can have a better time. Dude, you look... I really want to have you on it, but you just... Oh, wait, hold... Yeah, you got to be... He's got to be up there.
It's too much light behind him. He's got too
Yeah.
strong of a light source.
Yeah, you got some light coming in your... It's not your fault.
I'm sitting in a dark room.
In a dark room where Joseph Hudgens is sitting there. Okay, yeah.
Alrighty.
But he's here. So other than that, it's E3, guys.
It sure is.
E3.
So far,
Oh, boy.
I have not been disappointed with what they've released. Some of the conferences have been arguably boring.
The EA conference was painstakingly boring, but Star Wars kind of stole the show there, which obviously we knew was going to happen. But another game stole the show, and I'm kind of having a couple issues with it. I know the community as a whole has been welcoming the fact of it because it's been dubbed the one co-op game we've been waiting for.
Oh, is that
The prison break one. What the hell is that thing called?
I know what you're talking about. I saw it the other day. It's actually bringing back split screen.
You have to play 2-player. It has to be split screen.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about it.
I think it's gonna be fun, but the thing about it is though is like, you know, maybe sometime I would like to experience it
Online?
on my own.
Oh, a single player?
Yeah, you know, I mean, and we have the ability to switch between the two in the middle of.
It's nice that they're actually bringing back the whole play together in one place.
Right, and the game looks amazing. It looks.
No, it does.
It looks awesome. Did you see that, Swift?
How dare they force a sense of community? Oh my gosh. Everyone's so isolationist. Like, oh my god, I gotta sit next to somebody? Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't know how to handle
They've
this.
essentially
crap. Oh my
separated
God.
everybody so much by making everything online and very few games local split screen games
Right.
that it's kind of.
Well, and another thing that kind of killed it too, which, you know, Xbox has always had the ability to do the party chat deal, and that was cool. But I mean, I know a lot of the fun that me and Swift has had has been like, we used to play a lot of Black Ops 2, and we'd get on there and we'd love to talk shit and troll with people and fuck around. And we both
I definitely
noticed
troll
as
people.
soon as the we both noticed as soon as the PS4 came out and the party chat feature was available, like there was none of that because everybody was just in a party chat. You couldn't talk to anyone, you know. So that kind of got lost, and I know that the YouTube community felt it a little bit too because, you know, a lot of the guys like KYR Speedy and like Vanos Gaming, you know, they like to have that feature to be able to talk shit. Like there's another guy, oh my god, who's the guy that does the
dude.
the dude
dude.
plays the guitar on
With
it?
the guitar,
His
the
whole
dude.
channel relies on reactions from people in the lobby. So, you know, that's why he's always playing Black Ops 2 because if he plays Black Ops 3, everyone's in a party chat. So the community as far as a whole, we've had a little bit of a hit there with the party chat feature. So I can understand why this is intriguing though, because now you have a chance to, you know, it kind of forces you to, hey, we got to play together. Which is why Friday the 13th I think is successful too, because
One of my favorite memories as a kid is sitting around with 3 of my buddies around my N64 playing some Mario, and that was fun. And some GoldenEye 007.
My favorite was
with
PS2 when they had the multi-tap and playing 007 Nightfire. It's essentially like the upgraded version at the time of GoldenEye and doing the same thing. We usually, because at that point it also allowed you to introduce like bots in full. So you could actually have like your team of 4 guys and like 7, 8 bots going at like trying to chase you guys down on the level, or you could go every man for himself, 2v2, whatever you wanted to do, which is nice.
Well, one of the games I used to play, following up on that same thing, was remember back in the day they had Medal of Honor.
I love Medal of Honor.
And there were the first Medal of Honor I couldn't do it, but I forget which one it was. I think it was 2 or 3. They introduced the whole
Allied Assault, I think.
Yeah, it might have been that one. And they introduced where you could do like a game like me and you, and like 4 people could get into a match together and go get each other. And that was really one of the first times that I was able to like just destroy my friends, and I was like, man, this is fun, you know what I mean? Because it was like, your boys are all talking shit. Oh, man, I can take you.
Oh, yeah.
The fuck you can. So, I mean, I can see that point, too, But for me, too, I still like having the option to be able to do it my way, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, I can play zombies with
at the same time,
all day together, but, when you have a solo game going on, he knows I like playing solo zombies a lot.
At the same time, though, it's still,
I ain't pulling George out of a solo game.
It's still nice to have, the ability to have to be able to play with somebody. But like I said, it's not only that it's just a multiplayer game, it's a split screen, which means that you are sitting there next to the person.
Well, and I like the feature. I like the feature.
And that brings back, like the nostalgic memories of hanging out with your friends, piled up in your bedroom with a TV and, a few controllers, either trading out or, multi-tap or whatever it might have been, playing together. 64, GameCube, whatever it might have been.
I like the way they did it as far as like why one's in a cutscene, the other one can be like in the cutscene but looking at like the one that they showed was
experiencing it different.
The one guy just got into the prison and he's talking to the CEO. The CEO's but he's up on the tier and he's looking down. It's kind of like that's kind of cool to be able to see the cutscene and also see it from your point of view. In the same,
They kind of touched in on something like that back, do you remember Fear 3? Do you remember Fear 3, Swift?
I didn't play it.
Okay, well, it's a shooting game, it's got based around, like this demonic lady, or it's the character's mom of the characters. Well, in this one, the second one you had killed your brother, shot him in the head. Now his ghost come back, and he actually helps you out. But literally, there's parts where you're playing together, but there's entire parts where he can only go because he's a ghost. So he has to like branch off and go off this way and start doing stuff to help you progress through the rest of the level. So like it makes it where you guys have to separate and do different things in order to progress further, opposed to just going through it and playing. Which it was something like that. It was interesting to have that because you had to rely on another person to help you.
Well, I really like the fact that they are coming out with something like this, only because we haven't seen anything like this in a long time. And you know what? We had a game, and I enjoyed playing it a lot. You remember Trine?
Yes. I still have it.
How cool would that have been if that was an option to have? You had to have 2 or 3 other players, so that way... Instead of switching over, that would have been a cool aspect to put into that game too.
Trine was good. I still have it on pretty much everything.
Trine was awesome.
The second one was really good too.
So I mean, the funny thing is that just the other day I was sitting there thinking, you know what? I really would like to have a cool prison game. I was watching, I believe it was Lockup, and I'm like, how cool would it be to be in a game where you could be in a prison and have to try to figure out a way to escape? And then I see this shit come on the EA press. I'm like, what? Like, are they listening to me? Like, I'm excited about it. I think it looks really, really cool. And I think another cool thing about it that would really up the gameplay and the replay value for me would be me and Swift could play it a different way than you would play.
Oh, like different
decision-based kind of? Because there is multiple options. They said that.
Yeah, so it's going to end up changing the way the story progresses.
So that would be cool. I could play through once with him and see how that plays out. I could play once with you, see how that plays out, and then you guys could play together and see how that plays out, and it could all be a whole different
it can always change, because that's the one good thing about that I've always loved about decision-based games, or like timing-based games, depending on how well you time something, it changes the outcome, or depending on which way you decided to speak to this person, it changes the whole outcome of what's going to happen.
Right.
So I love games like that because it makes you really have to think. Like, you're not just like, oh, whatever, let me just, I'll say that. No, it's like, well, if I say that, he might kill me right now. Let me think about that for a second. Should I say that, or should I say something else entirely?
One of them...
That was like the Goosebumps game, remember that?
No, I never played it.
Yeah, you did. You played it with the old lady at the table, and she was like offering you a drink. You kept insisting that you take the drink.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I'm your aunt or whatever," and you're like, "No."
Yeah.
But like, you end up choosing one way, and you end up drinking it, and then another way you chose, and she ended up like attacking you. But this the alternate where you can run away and shit like this.
That's like the one game that they had. It was a free-to-play game, or not free-to-play. It was a free. No, it wasn't. I think I bought it. It was the people that made L.A. Noire. They made that game where you go to a cabin with all your friends and
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn, and in that game, every single question you ask or answer, it's the butterfly effect comes into play, and it'll change the whole
100% everything.
Yeah, so I mean, stuff like that.
I think there was like 6 or 7 endings for that game.
Yeah, and shit like that is awesome.
I had to look all of them up just to see what they were because I didn't want to sit there and have to replay so many times.
Well, I think I might have said this the last time, but there was a scene where I seen that, the one guy and the girl go to the other cabin because they're not welcome, and I seen one where she got in the whole skivvies.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I want to see that. Let's go play that. And then, for some reason, whatever I said or did
beforehand
didn't even happen. And I'm like, wow.
When she gets ripped out that window, though, it's the most vicious thing.
It really changes the game, and it's like, that's really cool that they can do stuff like that. I mean,
oh yeah,
games are just getting so ridiculously awesome now that it's just...
what's getting ridiculously awesome that I'm finally ready to have? Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts is one of those games that
I've been waiting so long.
When it first came out as a community, I mean, if you're into Final Fantasy and you're into... If you're just into Final Fantasy, that's still...
Great game.
It's great.
If
you're into Disney,
great game.
Which I'm like, and I'm the one... Listen, I am a big Disney fanatic. You can ask any of these guys, that is my favorite. But I will say that Disney games, for the most part, are really not...
You'd be surprised.
Some of them are really shitty.
Okay, there's one game that came out that Disney Studios produced, and most people don't even realize it's a Disney game. It's a racing game. It's called Split Second.
Yes, I know. Okay, yeah, that game.
That game was phenomenal. A great racer, a great time-based game because you really had to know how to drive and be good at driving.
We got a comment. I don't know what that is. Nice, Kirak, bro.
Kirak? I don't know. But
thanks for
yeah. But you had to be good at timing in your driving in order to not get hit by vehicles flipping into the road, a plane getting dropped out of the sky.
Right.
Disney created that.
Yeah,
and when I first realized it was a Disney market, I'm like, there's no fucking way.
But they've come like, okay, I played that Tron Run.
That one, yeah, but I mean,
that game was kind of...
It's not meant to be like a big style game. It's just meant to be simple.
It's just... it's not like something I would want.
What's that one Disney game? It's got like all the weird little characters that dress up as the Disney characters.
Like Disney Infinity.
That was a good one.
I enjoyed that.
Infinity.
No.
Infinity's the one with the figures that you actually put down.
No, it was.
You know what I'm talking about? They're all like little weird looking characters, and they dress up as like Timon, Pumbaa.
Yeah, it was almost like kind of like a Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Based.
But more Lego.
What the hell was that called?
More like a Lego adventure style game because you had to like do puzzles and stuff.
Yeah, I played it.
That one was actually fun too. They do some good games and there's some other ones that it's mildly debatable on what they do. They're incredible at movies. That's always going to be 100% sure.
You're alive, honey. Say hi. You got up early?
No, it's about that time.
It's just that late in the day already? Oh, okay.
About 4, yeah.
Disney Universe.
Disney Universe, that's it.
That's what it's
called. That was great. I loved it.
That was a good game.
It's a good game to play with your kids or just play alone. It's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you have the options of different characters, the different costumes that you wear. You have to unlock throughout the game. I loved playing as the Jack Sparrow one because
they had great levels.
But they also had different characteristics depending on the costume. Like if you had the Jack Sparrow costume, he ran like Jack Sparrow. He had the drunken stagger, and it was hysterical because you actually got to experience what was going on. Like they played out like that character.
Yeah, no, that was a good. For the most part.
Oh yeah, for the most part they don't do the best.
Kingdom Hearts was the first
incredible
Disney game
Arguably, yes.
And the fact that they could even team up with Final Fantasy and Squaresoft and do it, that was awesome.
I'd like that they didn't make it like a Final Fantasy game, though.
Now
it was turn-based. They made it, 100% free.
Free
combat.
And, they incorporated the Disney movies perfectly. I mean, when you're playing that game, when you get to Halloween Town or you get to
Halloween Town is still my favorite.
It's still
one.
awesome. I mean, you can't.
I love that there's always the music playing in the background.
And which is why the hype around Kingdom
movie?
Hearts 3 is so big, is because you know what, they've tortured us and made us wait it so long.
Been 10 years.
To the point where
honestly, I thought they weren't going to do it.
I was a kid.
Getting Japanese comments now.
Yeah, I mean, I was just a kid, and when that game came out, I was like so hype about it, and I just played the shit out of it. And now
Dude,
I'm 28. I have
the
two kids, and I still haven't get over the.
I love
have
that
a
the
fix
second
yet.
one gave you another character. You had to experience a different portion of the story with a whole different character on top of playing as Sora.
Right.
Like that was a nice touch. Then on top of that, I mean, when they released the PSP one, that one was great. Ventus, Aquas, and Terra, getting to play as them. Breath by Sleep, yeah.
Breath by Sleep, that was a great game. So now with this new one, I know back, it's been a while. They did have a kind of a gameplay trailer where you just see some combat. That's pretty much all it was.
Yeah.
No HUD or nothing on the screen. It was just kind of, and that looked really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the new one yet though.
I have the.
I heard the new one's here, and I know that you brought it with you. So
Yes.
we obviously can't show it because we are on YouTube, and that would be that'd be a copyright deal. But
Well, this is the trailer. He's gonna.
this is the trailer. I'm gonna watch it here on this other TV, and I'm just gonna react to it, and I'm excited because
I honestly,
this is my game.
absolutely 100% love this one too, because like it shows you so much more dynamic fighting styles. Like you'll appreciate this a lot. Like the fighting style is so different than it used to be. I'm still trying to figure out. You'll see here. This fall into combat, I don't get where it came from initially, but dude hits the ground like a fucking champ.
Memphis looks awesome.
Look how the key changes into like a gauntlet almost.
I like how they kept the HUD pretty much the same way.
Oh yeah, they kept true to that. And then you get a full display of all your fighters here.
You got Hercules and Donald and Goofy. You gotta have them.
Oh wait, Goofy, it gets better with Goofy now. Look at this. Team attacks. Right?
That is sick. Look at Pete. Look at Pete.
It's not in English. That's the only unfortunate thing.
Oh, it's okay.
But he's essentially like, why do I need your guys' help? I'm like, oh, well, is there like a black box around here? Like they're starting to ask questions like, we can help you. So now the bad guys start teaming up from different universes.
They look great.
They're not separate like they were.
Before
Now they're actually all merging into each other's universes because like you got Maleficent, fucking Hades, and Pete all together. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh shit.
Look at this, dude.
Well, they kept true to the Heartless. The Heartless are pretty much the same.
Oh yeah, they kept true to that. I mean, they're adding newer forms to them too, though, which is nice. They're advancing the Heartless, so they're not as simple as they were.
The green ones, I don't.
Yeah, the green ones are the new ones. There should be some. I think there's a new big one.
Oh man, he's a badass.
Right, dude, he kills it now. Look at this. We can grind now. And fighting the freaking.
Wow, the game looks really huge. Ooh.
All right, this because I had watched it with subtitles on another one. He's essentially asking him, so when are you gonna come into the dark? Like, when are you gonna allow yourself to come into the dark? If you want to find your Roxas, you have to. So like, he's kind of like, look at the detail. That's full leather glove.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
That's not even like a joke.
Oh, it was short though.
Yeah, it's not very long. It gives you some gameplay and gives you an understanding of it. And then
see the D23 Expo, like the D23 is basically it's a list to be able to even get into that, but
yeah, that one. I know. I cannot wait.
We still have no release time at all.
I didn't see a date on that.
It's just one of those games that's like, I understand.
But I mean, they're giving us more, so there's not a lack of hope.
Yeah,
they're giving us more hope.
It's getting closer, but it's just one of those. It's like, man.
I know.
You just can't. It's just one of those games that's like. It'd be like if they took Grand Theft Auto and fucking Skyrim and put it together or something. That didn't even make sense, but. It just.
Grand Theft Horseback. That was literally, dude, honestly, for the longest time, when Red Dead Redemption came out, that is what I called it, Grand Theft Horseback.
It's like taking, you know, two iconic things and just slapping them together, and, you know, like I said, me being a Final Fantasy guy and a big Disney guy, like, it's just a perfect match. And the thing is like, even from game one, they didn't do it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sit there and say, oh, well, Kingdom Hearts 1 was cool, but they didn't have. No, it was perfect from the start.
It was incredible. Then they made 2 and it got better. And then they went back and they made PSP version, which was still incredible. Then they started making DS versions, which are just as good.
I remember
like they never stopped making good games. The card one was the only weird one out, really. And even then, it became more of a strategy style when they made the card one.
Okay, well, this turns into a great segue now to the next topic because we're still on E3. You have games like Kingdom Hearts, and you're able to take a game like that and make it great. And you're taking two older genres, Disney being an old genre, and Final Fantasy being how many fucking games they have? 15?
They started out back in NES, dude.
So then look at... Now, Nintendo obviously is going to have a press conference. It's E3.
Obviously.
We don't know. Truthfully, I couldn't even tell you what I'm expecting from them. I know the Switch is here.
The Switch is doing alright. I haven't heard anything too bad about it
We
yet.
can't get our hands on it because it's never fucking in stock. But you know what? Nintendo does that purposely.
They limit how many...
They limit it because what they do is... If you set a product out and it's going to cost $300 to get... $400 to get, and you only send so much, everybody gets it. And they're gone.
Okay.
So now you've already sold that much. And then what it is they're going to release even more. They don't have to drop the price. It could be 6 months, a year down the road. They can keep that price point because guess what? You still haven't been able to get your hands on it.
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation and them, they release one, and they make sure everybody gets one. And then 6 months, a year down the road, now the price drops. Price drops.
Not only that, the price drops, but they also start making them smaller and making them out of simpler things. Like they got rid of the little touch panel that turns on and off the system and put a button now.
Right.
So they start making it cheaper, which makes it easier to buy for people who still haven't gotten it yet.
Nintendo doesn't do that. Nintendo makes you... Like, I'm still sitting here going, I'll still pay the fucking $400 to get the goddamn thing because I want one.
See, I'm
so
not,
when you see it in the store, you're like, fuck, I gotta get it.
I'm not in a rush to get it. I'm still on that fence line.
But
like they haven't released any game that's like, oh my god, I need this system right now. The only game that they released that made it seem like that is a Zelda game, and
but
I can get that on Wii U.
They triggered, but the thing about most gamers are not gonna say, you know what, I'll just get it for the Wii U. They want to have it now on the best system they can play it on. So that way they can say, hey, listen, I don't only have the game, I got it on the Switch.
Yeah,
and so, but the thing about
I'm
it
okay with just experiencing it the way I need to.
With this E3 coming up, and I can say this for the last 10 years, Nintendo needs to take their core titles, the Marios, the Pokemon, Kirby, whatever, make it. Why couldn't we have a Pokemon game that's kind of like a Kingdom Hearts in a way where you're third person, you can run around?
They did.
No, but I'm talking about like a
now.
Like a now.
Yeah, so they've done that already, but now they haven't redone it in so long.
You know, Pokemon Stadium was cool and shit.
No, I'm talking about Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness. They did it. Now the thing is, when they came out with the Wii, they tried to do it again with Battle Revolution, and it flopped.
Yeah, well...
And that's right there. That kind of pretty much pushed them off the idea anymore because it's going to do bad.
Nintendo has enough...
The last good Pokemon thing they did was that Tekken Mix.
Nintendo has enough of has enough titles that are huge to where if they were to go back and make some of these games in a way like, okay, we'll talk about... what if you had like a Pokemon game that was kind of like the GTA style where you can just free roam and...
Apparently somebody had made a mod like that for Skyrim. Where like, literally you could kind of walk around and just like if something walked up, it was actually a Pokemon.
If they came out,
it looked cool.
If they came out with a whole
where you could just run
free
around,
roam Pokemon game, and the battles were
on a large scale,
like a Pokemon Stadium battle, but just in different cities, people would fucking eat that up.
It's literally take the game, you know, the 3DS version, the Game Boy version, and just make it big. That's all it is.
Yeah,
because that's exactly what anybody would want at that point.
Do you know how much money people are willing to take?
Stupid amounts.
But why is Nintendo being so fucking...
Well, maybe they've been working on it and they're just trying to get it, like, perfect.
For 20 years?
You know what game Nintendo needs to bring back? Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Well, here's the thing, though. If it comes back, Microsoft's going to come out with it.
Yeah, but let's go back and look at famous NES game, Contra.
Loved it.
Make a new Contra.
Sony has it now.
Sony owns that?
Yeah.
No, see, there's the problem.
The last Contras that came out were all on Sony.
That's the problem. The problem is...
They made, like, what, up to 4 and something like that, and it was all PS2. But here's the thing.
Nintendo
Microsoft and Sony have bought out, like, so many of the older good titles because Nintendo hasn't done anything in so long, they just didn't care to.
Well, then, you know what, then...
Like Perfect Dark. Remember Perfect Dark?
Well, then let's let fucking
Microsoft
Sony or Microsoft... Let's make the goddamn game. I mean, you know... There's money to be made here. Why are people not jumping on
other things? I mean, you got what? You got the Crash remake, the HD remake of Crash. You got that. They're focusing on other things. They're focusing on what people used to play, and they're trying to redo it pretty much.
Well, you know, if anything, how you doing, Charlie? What we're doing now as a community is, you know, it's getting to the point where, you know, nostalgia is playing a huge part in what we like to play and what we like to do.
And I mean, it's nice to have it redone and look incredible, but I want a new experience. That's what's breaking down. I'd love to bring Crash back. I 100% am for it. However, do that, and then like a year or two later, at least announce on that game that they're coming out with another one and have a whole new story for them. Have them be introduced in a new way.
You know, they can do that, and Nintendo has so many awesome titles that they could take and build on it and give new stories on. And I mean, I know Zelda Breath of the Wild is done incredibly well, and you know what, I still haven't been able to touch it yet because I refuse to touch it because I'm one of those guys. I'm not going to touch it until I can get it on Nintendo Switch.
See,
I want to experience it on the best platform that I can experience.
Like I said, I'm not in the rush to get a Switch. I'll get one eventually.
Look, well, I'll get one too.
Just like I get pretty much every system eventually.
But I don't want to touch it. But it's still a title that's just sitting there, and you have a person like me who's willing to go and pay the money to get it. But I'm not going to do it until I can get the Switch on my hand. Well, you can't give me a Switch because you can't find it in any stores.
Yeah.
So now you're missing money on me buying a Switch and me buying the game.
And possibly buying more games.
And possibly buying other stuff because. So it just doesn't seem. I don't understand where Nintendo's coming from.
That's the one problem that they've always had though, because they limit their releases. Because even what was it
that mini system?
I was there for the Wii U literally release day. I'm playing old SNES games and Mega Drive games, but I emulate.
Well, see, that's another thing.
Exactly.
That's another thing.
Emulate.
Charlie makes a great point.
Emulate kills much.
You can emulate all those old great things. You know, and it's not really Nintendo's fault.
Mostly due to space.
Right.
That's another thing. Yeah, they make these files way too big now.
And it's not like, you know, it's not Nintendo's fault as a whole per se, because you know what? It's so easy now to take a game that was this big and put them on
exactly that was.
Phone, you know, I have an emulator on my phone. I mean, but the thing is though is that when I play Zelda on my emulator, it's not. It seems more difficult than it needs to be.
You don't experience the click of the button. You don't experience.
You know, I'd love to be able to just.
There's something about that controller that's always going to be, no matter what controller it was, any old controller. There's something about that controller that if you don't have it in your hand, it just doesn't seem the right way.
It doesn't feel right. It's
like,
and I don't enjoy.
I can all day play Pokemon on my phone. However, when I play Pokemon on a Game Boy, and you've done it too, tell me it's not 100 times different.
It's way better.
Because the moment I gave you my original Game Boy, and you're like, oh, let me do this. I love the real thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Of course.
Well, like, when I gave you Pokemon and playing the Game Boy, you just about lost it, and you were playing for fucking ever. Like, you wouldn't put it down.
It felt great, and that's the way it's meant to be played. And you know what? like I said, nostalgia. Nostalgia will bring you back to just about anything because it's the feeling that you had when you were a kid, and you want to experience that feeling again. And that's what brings people back, and that's why
I said like the split screen.
That's why we have these remakes that come out, like even the Modern Warfare remastered and stuff like that. People want to feel what they felt the first time they played it, so that's why they're gonna spend the money to buy it. Now, as far as Nintendo goes, they're getting ready to have a press conference here this week.
They better drop the big
Is there anything you're expecting, or is there anything that you think they really need to come up with or do? What is your expectations from this Nintendo?
Well, I'm half expecting another Smash Bros.
Well, they better do it good though.
I'm half expecting another Smash Bros.
There's a new system now.
Now
they better
I'm hopeful for another Mario game that's like Mario 64.
Are they coming out with Mario Universe or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of like.
That was different. That was weird.
I think
he goes in the real world and stuff like that.
They brought the real world into it, and
they did that before. They did that back. They did it back on Super Nintendo and NES. It was called Mario's Missing, and Luigi's got to hunt down Mario, and he ends up in the real world. And that game did terrible. That's why I was so hesitant to even see Mario like that. I was like, nah, you guys did that once and fucked it up. I don't think that's a great idea to do again. And it doesn't matter how many years later it is, the same people are going to end up buying it. Like that's the problem that's behind that.
You know, I think maybe some of the problem with Nintendo, and like you said, because Microsoft and Sony has bought out a lot of their shit.
Really good stuff. Dude, all of Rare, 100% all of Rare is owned by Microsoft now.
You know, and I think the problem is, though, is that, you know, they have issues where they're not able to be able to do what we want as a community to be able to get it to us, because, I mean, just look at, let's look at zombies, Swift. You know the reason why you don't have Mob of the Dead or any of the regular Black Ops 2 characters in any of the remakes?
Because they don't have the licenses anymore.
Exactly, licensing is killing it.
That's all it is.
They can't afford it. I mean, you can't have Mob of the Dead because now you have to get a release from all the guys who did the voices, all the people. You know, you have to get all that.
Everybody has to
approved.
Agree.
That's why every single remastered map has the original 4. Because Treyarch had them from day one.
I still love Nikolai.
You know what I mean? So it's just politics get into the way sometimes with gaming. And you know what? With gaming being as big of an industry as it is, I mean, we're getting to the point where in the last 5 years, gaming has. If you look at the money that gaming's made, you take movies, music, TV, put it all together, video games make more money. And all we were at first was just a little arcade shop. You put a couple quarters in and you play.
I still love arcades. Though.
You know what I mean?
You can't beat an arcade cabinet any day.
Nostalgia, like I said, that is the biggest seller in this industry.
Literally, when I worked at the game store, we'd gotten a few in that we actually just turned around and sold. At one point, Marvel vs. Capcom 1 that was given away for a tournament prize, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 that we just had at the store to sell. And the days that they came in, automatically, sure enough, I had $5. I went straight over to the register, turned it all into quarters. And I was like, I'm playing this till I am done. Like, until this $5 is out, I am playing this game 100% through. And, like, we were challenging each other. Like, the people that worked there, we were challenging each other and just having fun with it. And, like, I grew up mostly on fighters with the fight stick style arcade cabinet thing. So whenever it comes to getting that back in my hands, you will see a different fighter than you will see if I'm using a controller.
Right.
Like, you see me play with a controller, I'm not bad. However, that's not my best. You give me an arcade cabinet or a fight stick, you're going to see a whole different person playing a video game. Because that's the first game I ever played, Mortal Kombat. Original arcade cabinet, fight stick. And from there, I just kept playing fighters with the fight stick. So I knew how to play them like that. And then once the controller started becoming a thing, I was like, you know what? I kind of have to adapt now. It's gonna have to do it, like no matter what. So I had to adapt to it and get okay with it. But I'm still not nearly as good as if you put that other thing back in my hand. Because literally, put a fight stick in front of me and play me, 100% different.
Well, when you see Smash Brothers tournaments, you have guys that bring the stick and the whole nine, because that's how they play.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, what I'm expecting to see from this Nintendo conference, I need to see them bring back titles that we all know and love. They really don't need any new titles. They have enough still in their genre.
They try to get new titles and it doesn't end up working out for them. That's the problem.
No, the thing is, they try to. The last two systems, they've really been trying to get the whole movement thing, and it's like gamers don't want that.
Wii U kind of dropped that. Once you had the tablet, it was like, all right, we don't need that.
We just like to sit in our chairs.
Now they're bringing it back again.
Or sitting on our couches, and we like to have a controller in our hand and let's play. I mean, that's what we like. I really want Nintendo to think about the player a little bit more. I want them to put themselves out there like they are a real player in the game, because we all know.
Not only is Charlie commenting on here, he actually subscribed to our channel.
Oh, Charlie, that's awesome.
We appreciate it.
I don't know if he's in here anymore, but thank you, Charlie.
That's cool.
Thank you, Charlie. I'll give you a special thank you. You are amazing.
So, I really, 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 really want Nintendo to just, I want them to wow me, because they haven't wowed me at all. In the last at least 3-4 years of E3, they haven't really done anything for me. I was excited about the Switch, and obviously, the Switch is cool, but I haven't gotten my hands on. I can't get my hands on it until I can do that. That's for me, Nintendo is just always going to be in the back row.
A second tier system.
It's not something that I'm gonna
See, that's the thing. Nintendo used to be a first string pick of the litter. Like it was go. That's the system you need to have. And honestly, here's one of their biggest fuck-ups.
They didn't stay with PlayStation.
That's exactly what it is.
They
didn't stay with Sony. If they would have collaborated and made that console, Sony and them would have been so far by now. Sony just took off after that. Every NES up to a certain date, like I've said this before, had a Sony soundboard. The moment that this whole plan fell through and Sony decided, fuck it, they stopped having Sony soundboards.
And that was Nintendo's fuck-up.
Mm-hmm. They didn't accept what Sony wanted.
They tried to fuck Nintendo over, or tried to fuck Sony over. And Joe, you remember that damn fucking commercial where when PlayStation was first coming out, and you had Crash Bandicoot like trolling on Nintendo in the parking lot, and he's at the megaphone. He's like, "Hey, guess what? We got disc over here. We got this." Like.
Yeah.
Sony had a lot to do with that, because Sony was like, you know what? How about this one? You don't want to fucking play with us? So guess what? Now we're gonna bury you. And they did. They buried them. And if it wasn't for Microsoft coming out,
Crash Bandicoot commercial.
If it wasn't for Microsoft trying to
this one right here?
Yeah, that's the one right there.
Commercial at Nintendo.
Yeah.
They're outside Nintendo. That's what I love to.
Turn it up. Yeah, no, turn it up. He said, listen to what he said. His first line is, "Hey, plumber boy." Hey, plumber boy. PlayStation is savage.
Let me back this up. Let me back that up. Let me make this loud real quick. And play.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived. I got a little surprise for you. What do you think about that? We got real-time, 3D, lush organic environments. How's that make you feel, buddy? Feel a little like your days are numbered? I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. You're hurting my own.
That was legit. That was a real security guard. That's what makes that better. That security guard was legit.
But listen, at that time, Nintendo didn't have the 3D shit. You know what I mean? Like Nintendo really just teabagged them right out that moment. And
so you want to play games? We can too.
Yeah, and we can do it better than you. And it's just...
It's sad, but it's true.
It's sad, but,
And honestly, Sony really did take off pretty much 100%.
And the problem that, my generation, our generation is, and my kids, when they get older, they're not gonna know this, but we all fell in love with gaming because of Nintendo. A lot of us did. Nintendo was a segue for us to get into gaming.
Yep, I remember my 8-bit system, man. Sitting in front of the TV playing original Mario for hours on end, trying to get from World 8 and beat the final Bowser and get my princess out of the final castle.
Hey, buddy.
But yeah, dude, I mean, Nintendo really did introduce a lot. Not only that, but I mean, you gotta think, where everything started, you still have Atari up there, which, introduced a whole different generation of people to gaming. Because Atari started a lot of other people on gaming, and then in turn they started buying these consoles for their kids.
Right. Well,
and their kids got introduced from Nintendo, and then so on and so forth.
Atari brought the arcade into your home.
Mm-hmm.
And that, so Atari,
that was huge.
That's what got people into it. But my generation, by the time I was born in '89, so I'm basically right at where Nintendo
Super Nintendo,
right.
peak.
So that's what I played, and then and then we had N64 come out, and it was like, oh my god! And then PlayStation 1 came out, and I got one, and it was like, oh, this is awesome. And then I was playing Doom and shit like that.
Dude, my favorite game back for the PS1. Medieval.
Okay.
You remember that one?
That's the one with the
knight who dies immediately in battle, and he comes back to life, and he has to fight as a skeleton in armor. Sir Daniel Fortescue was his name. Yeah.
But it's games like that got us into it. So now we're flash forwarding 20-something years later. We're all grown up now, but our fondest memories of gaming are what we played when we were younger, and that's the nostalgia. It goes back to nostalgia.
That's why I bought all that old stuff.
What I mean? So that's why when I got my Wii, I went back and bought all the old Nintendo 64 games and old NES games because I wanted to play those and they're fun. So now you have Nintendo that's in our time of day, which my kids have never once told me, Dad, I want to get a Nintendo Switch.
Nope, you don't hear it.
I want a PlayStation or I want an Xbox.
Yep.
You and that friend are gonna get along better.
Right?
My kids want an Xbox.
Okay.
I'm like, this is a PlayStation household. Ain't no Xbox coming up in here.
My kids got a PS4.
You know what I mean? So our kids' generation don't even understand what Nintendo is.
And see, this is what I tell Brittany all the time. Like, listen, when AJ starts to get old enough to do any of this stuff, he's gonna start out on the NES and the Atari. Before he even plays any other game, he's gonna learn. This is where your games come from.
And the kids nowadays, they don't appreciate what Nintendo did, and that's why they don't care about it. And for me now, as an older person, I still understand where I came from, and I know where Nintendo, what Nintendo meant to me. But still, I'm not excited. I'm not rushing. I don't. You
don't get the wow factor anymore.
I don't know, and they're not doing it. They haven't done anything for me that makes me say, you know what, Nintendo still has it. They don't have it anymore. They've lost it, and
every once in a while they come up with that one game that's like they have it for that. That's it. Like it's not like they have it entirely.
It feels like Nintendo is just surviving on Zelda, really.
Zelda and Mario.
And so I really like that to change. But so on this press conference, I really, really would like to see them do something. Just do something. Get me excited about Nintendo again.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Because I'm not. Swift, what do you think about Nintendo and the E3 conference coming up?
Honestly, I think Nintendo really needs to step up their game. I think the Switch got met with mixed reviews. Of course, your hardcore Nintendo fans are all about it. But, for everyone else, the quality of Nintendo games just doesn't match up to the titles that PlayStation and Xbox is producing. Name off the top of your head, can you name 10 big Nintendo titles that are recently released compared to Xbox and PlayStation? You can't. It's hard to. They're just not producing quality titles like they used to.
I can't.
I think they need to shift their mindset to. I know they're trying to still make it family friendly, mostly family friendly, but they need it. That is isolating a large sector of core people that they can reach, and it's hurting their sales, and it's honestly hurting their reputation, in my opinion.
One big problem is when they tried to reach those crowds that are more adult, they were doing terrible at it. So you look at it, and they released Call of Duty games that were. They were trying to.
Well, they released Call of Duty for the Wii, trying to play Call of Duty with those Wii controllers that were clumsy and clunky as hell.
They were trying to argue that the graphics for the Wii U were just as strong as a PS4 and Xbox One, and they weren't even living up to it at all.
Never.
And this was a legit test. I own Xbox. Well, at the time I didn't own Xbox One, but one of my other coworkers did. I had a PS4 and I had a Wii U. and we put in the exact same game on one big TV, 3 HDMI cables. We put in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and we switched. We went to the same exact location, stood in the same exact spot.
Which is Iron Man's favorite game of all time.
Went to the same exact spot, and we stood in one place. We went to Havana. We stood right there on the dock looking at the city. And we switched back to back to back over and over and over again and looked at all the different details that you got through it. And
I got it.
on the Wii U, the stairs were kind of like fading in and out and very gritty looking, and you can kind of see through them. On the PS4 and the Xbox One, you didn't get that effect whatsoever. It was clean, the shading was amazing, it was beautiful, everything was nice. But like you had all kinds of weird like patchy looking locations, and then like we were like, oh, maybe it's just this one spot. So we walked around. We did the deck of a ship test where you're actually like steering the ship as the water runs down the deck. You didn't even have the water render properly on the Wii U. And it's just like, dude, there's no way that's anywhere close. Like, it looks like... And I had one buddy who was, like, adamant that it looked so good and it looked the same. I'm like, dude, you're high. And you're on the worst drugs to believe that.
They're really behind the ball when it comes to modern-day gaming. I don't know if they're still stuck back in the 90s where they thought they, because back in the day, they were the kingpins of gaming. They're not.
They could have bitch slapped anybody and gotten away with it.
They're not anymore. So
now you try and bitch slap Microsoft, and they're like, "Okay, you want to play that game?"
They really need to figure out what the problem is and fix it, because us as a community, you know what? The only reason why we even get anything from Nintendo anymore is because of Zelda and Mario. And you know what? Come out with a great Smash Brothers game. We'll fix it a little bit too, but we're always gonna fuck with them because they're Nintendo, and we know where we came from. But on the other hand, it's
I get all their systems. It's not that.
Yeah,
I have a 3DS. I have all of it. You've seen it.
No.
You've seen my collection. I still get their stuff. It's just I don't get it immediately.
Right,
I got the 3DS like well after they came out with the XL, and then that's when I got mine. I was like, now I'm okay with getting it because it's cheaper. I just wanted to play certain games. I don't care if it's big or small. I just wanted to have these certain games. And sure than shit, here's what I bought on it: Mario, Pokemon,
exactly,
Kingdom Hearts, Kirby, Zelda. That's what I bought. The games that you're gonna get on that.
You have a cash cow that is called Pokemon, and you're not capitalizing on it. Look, when Pokemon Go came out, Nintendo didn't fucking do that.
I know.
And people were literally coming out of their house to walk around places just to do that.
The only problem is they fell off.
You can't tell me
They fell
that.
off too soon because they didn't live up to the people's
Well,
expectations.
no, yeah, well, that's the developers that fucked that up. But it's just one of those things. But they have plenty of means and opportunities to be able to do what they got to do, and they're just not doing it. And so for me, Nintendo really has to come out with something that's gonna excite me or get me on the bandwagon, or if not, I just don't care about it anymore. Now, moving on to that. Microsoft's going to have one. And I'm expecting it to be a big deal. You know why? Project Scorpio.
Yeah.
Their answer to the PS4 Pro, which after looking at all the specs and looking at all the information, yeah, Scorpio's going to be a lot better than the PS4 Pro. It's going to be better.
But is it going to steal...
It's not going to make me go buy an Xbox.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is it going to steal the Sony players away? That's the thing.
No, it's not going to make me...
And honestly, that's the biggest problem that Microsoft has. They're not trying to produce anything incredible. They're just trying to steal away all of Sony's players. They're not
I know that the press conference is going on right now, I believe.
I think so, yes.
If you went to live, you'd probably be able to see it.
I'm just more excited right now for Battlefront 2.
Right. And so it's just...
Like... That's the group.
Yeah. I don't see Micro... Oh, yeah, it's live right now.
Is that?
Yeah,
That's it. Live now.
Star Wars.
Yeah, and now you say that, I'm excited for Star Wars.
They're doing Star Wars.
And the first thing that comes up is Star Wars.
Oh no, it starts in 10 minutes.
Oh,
so we haven't even get
so
to
they're just showing
yet.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
But the new Star Wars, though, man.
Yeah, the new Star Wars. Yeah, well, okay. Well, you know what?
We'll use that as a little
Had a
info
couple-
for it.
Had a couple boys. Booter. Oh, is that Booter? Is that Booter? Is that our Booter? We have a guy that we play with Booter.
Bradley Ryder, I don't know.
Had a couple boys.
Booter.
Oh, we played with a guy named Booter. Anyways, if it's Booter.
Yeah, it is.
It is. There you go. What's up, Booter? What's up, dog? Booter's watching live here. Look at Joe's here. Joe's here too. He's just chilling on the live stream because
All right,
he's not here in person yet.
So, Star Wars. We got a story that you informed me of actually links a gap between two movies.
The Star Wars Battlefront 2 story is actually going to is a segue between The Last Jedi, or not Last, Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. So there's going to be some type of information there that we can learn from the story mode. So I'm super excited about that.
Transition
Because until now, we have...
that's the big thing is though. One of the biggest things is the Empire transition.
Right.
That's probably what's going to be is the whole experience because it looks like you're playing as a stormtrooper. From what I've seen, as far as any trailer goes, some chick in a stormtrooper outfit.
Well, this...
And it's kind of it looks like it's going to explain how the Empire
from the
still.
story mode? Yeah, that girl, she's actually...
It looks like it's going to explain how the Empire still stayed so strong
That
after
girl,
the Death Star.
the girl that plays that person, she was actually at the E3 EA conference, and she was one of the announcers. Said, "Hey, I'm gonna give you guys some multiplayer." She actually plays. She's like a lieutenant or something. That's she's like the main character of the story mode.
Oh yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm excited to hear about that story.
I'm excited that the maps are bringing back every single movie.
Right there, yeah.
It's
three phases. They're gonna give all 3 phases. 3 phases being the first 3 that were released, and then the prequels that were released, and then Force Awakens. So you could literally have battles where you could have Rey versus Yoda, or not Rey, Rey versus Kylo, or Kylo versus Yoda, or you have Darth Maul versus Rey, or Darth Maul.
Darth Maul versus old Obi-Wan.
Oh shit.
Old Ben. Dude, tell me that wouldn't be a great one.
Well, listen. After looking at Darth Maul's shit in this game,
but at the same time, who's the person?
I don't know.
Who's the person that took him down to begin with? Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
come on,
I just don't know though. I mean, after looking at
Oh yeah, dude,
Darth Maul is stacked.
Nasty.
Darth Maul is stacked in this game.
He was a
But you look, go back to A New Hope though. You look at old Ben, man. You could tell that he got arthritis. He walked around stiff as hell during that fight with Darth Vader, man. That's why he just stood there and let Darth Vader strike him down. He's like, man, I'm done.
Luke versus Grievous.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god. Luke versus Grievous. Oh shit.
Daryl Weiss. Yeah, that was a great.
Oh
dude,
my
Luke versus
god.
Grievous would be incredible. Oh, dude, like
Shit.
Fett versus Windu.
Why don't you listen? I don't
Just put Boba up against Windu.
I don't even know if Windows even been confirmed.
Dude, they have to put Windu. If they're going to be putting all these other characters in, they have to put Windu. But
Well, I do know.
Boba Fett getting revenge for his father.
He could come later though, because I do know that they did say that any of the new characters and or vehicles that are going to be released are going to be free. Now,
Dude,
he asked me a question. He said he talked about the map. He said, "Well, what about maps?" I said, "No, they're probably definitely going to have a
Nap packs.
map pack, and you got to pay for those. But as far as the characters, playable characters, and vehicles you can use, those are going to be free, which I think is really cool that they actually listened to the community and did that. But listen, now compared to when Battlefront 1, no, that's Natural Light, brother. That's poor man's beer right now, actually. It was just cheap. I got a bunch of them for it.
I'm honestly in love with the fact that this is Padme's palace.
Right.
This is what they're playing in. And like, dude, look how high up in the sky he is, but he can still go down to the palace level and fly underneath things.
Well, yeah, and
So you're not restricted to staying way up in the air like that.
but-
Like, you can actually get in between the streets and like fly through all that.
Well, one thing that I can say though is, you know, when Battlefront 1 came out,
What's this?
when the first Battlefront came out for the PS4, we were all excited just because we had a Star Wars game. You know what I mean? And it was just like, oh shit, we got a Star Wars game. The movie was just getting ready to come out, so you know what? DICE tried to capitalize on that.
Oh yeah.
But this game now, Battlefront 2, they've really taken
What Star Wars?
yeah, exactly. What Star Wars is, all of Star Wars, and they put that shit in a game to where like I'm super, super excited to where the point where like, you know, I played Battlefront for a considerable amount of time, but I really didn't get as into it as I do other titles, but I can see myself getting lost in this one.
Oh yeah.
Totally getting lost in this one.
Endless amounts of hours.
So you know what? You might as well get the Friday the 13th in because as soon as this comes out, that game is done.
That's it. That's literally gonna
Yeah,
be.
you and I will be the same way. I enjoyed Battlefront, the original Battlefront, for the PS4, of course. You had the one for the PlayStation and the Xbox prior to that, but the one for the PlayStation 4. And the first one, it was a fun game. Its biggest downfall is it did not have a story.
Right.
It did not
that's the
have
great
a
thing,
story.
they finally-
And a lot of people were clamoring for that story mode and a little bit of backstory. And I think that's what really hurt the game in a lot of ways.
Well, you know, I agree.
And the multiplayer games, it got really repetitive after a while. You know?
Well, no, I agree with that too, and I think the other downfall about Battlefield was it didn't feel like it was its own game. It felt like a Battlefield 4 remake with Star Wars skin on it. It did not feel like its own game. It felt like a Battlefield.
But even
4
then,
game.
though, it was nice. They just didn't have enough options. Is really the biggest thing.
No, yeah,
they're very limited on options.
Like one of my favorite modes
took away.
was the heroes versus villains mode because everybody got a chance to play as a hero and the heroes are obviously OP.
Tanks.
Yeah, they're OP, but
They're
it's
tanks.
still it's very satisfying to play as one of them.
Boba Fett, man, that was my favorite character to
He's
play.
the
Boba
most
Fett. I love
dangerous
him.
character.
But he would sit there with Boba Fett and he would just fucking destroy. Like I
think I went 74 and 2 in one game with
watched
Boba
him
Fett.
one time and he just
Fett's like the
fucking
most dangerous character.
and he would not die. Like he won as soon as he got Boba Fett, it was like no one's gonna be a hero for the rest of the game because he would just fucking milk that.
My
bitch.
favorite thing is it's the strictly the air combat ones when you have to only choose flying based vehicles to fight as. I was on the Empire side and somebody on my team had Slave 1 already, and on the other team we have Solo in the Falcon. So now the Slave 1 wasn't really chasing down the Falcon. I'm like, I don't know why you're not. This would have been like the best fight ever. So I took it upon myself as a TIE fighter to take down the Falcon. So the entire match, I'm sitting there dodging other people's stuff while I'm trying to take down the Falcon. It took me forever. Every single possible bit of weaponry that vehicle had, but I got him. It took so damn long. Literally, like the last 2 minutes of the match is when I finally killed him. And I was chasing him like the entire 20 minutes of that match.
We do that on Friday the 13th. Like I got into a game the other day and some fucking kid was talking shit the whole time I was trying to chase him. He's like, "Oh, you can get me." So I told him, "Listen, I don't give a fuck if I don't kill another person the whole game.
You're my target.
I'm getting you,
Dude, like, but the only thing I had as an advantage is being a TIE fighter, you can keep up with the Falcon.
We'll begin at 5. What time is it now?
It's almost 5.
We got 30 minutes.
No, yeah.
5 p.m. Eastern.
That's the...
Xbox E3 will start in 30 minutes.
No, hold on.
It says 23 minutes. Doesn't matter. We'll see what they got. What they come up with.
But literally, choose any other vehicle besides the TIE Fighter. You're not keeping up with the Falcon. Like that Falcon has a reputation for being a fast vehicle for a reason.
Okay, listen. The Falcon is the Falcon, but the Falcon is nothing unless you have the correct pilot in it. Now, let me ask you this question. I know you know it already, but Who had the Falcon before?
Lando Calrissian. That smooth ass voice.
Yeah.
But that smooth ass voice, dude. He can take the fucking panties off any woman just by saying his name.
There's a theory about why Han was wearing those clothes. Because at the end of episode 5. Yeah, because 5, Han got put into the
carbon. Yeah.
So they fucking Lando and Leia, they all go into the Falcon, and Lando is dressed in different clothes. He's dressed in Han's clothes. The theory is that those clothes were already there. When Han acquired the ship to that game,
He had nothing.
he had no clothes.
But we're gonna find out.
He wore Lando Calrissian's
That's the best
clothes.
thing. With that Han Solo movie coming out, we're gonna find out
Right.
why. And that's the best thing. They're finally explaining how he gets.
What did I say from the first podcast? It's a great time to be a goddamn geek. I'm telling you right now.
I'm loving it.
We have so much cool shit going on.
I'm loving it, dude. These Star Wars trailers are killing. They're so beautiful.
The Star Wars trailers are the Battlefront 2 trailers are absolutely amazing. The
Like-
whole game looks amazing. I can't get over the fact as being that girl right there.
Yeah, her.
She was the one that was in the press conference.
Oh, you saw the new? I didn't notice that. The new hologram thing. It wasn't like a little hologram disc. It was a person with a hollow helmet, and his face came out of the helmet. You didn't see that?
No.
I can't rewind it because it's the thing. But dude, yeah.
The new game as a whole, I'm so excited for the multiplayer just because it looks awesome. But you know what? I am more excited about the story mode because it only furthermore
Explains.
brings me into the universe.
Gives us more canon.
It's literally
Exactly.
it's literally bridging all these gaps that you're wondering, dude, what happened between this and this? That's years, a year
It's not-
difference. Like,
they could have said there and said, you know what, we're going to bridge the gap between. We can bridge the gap. No, they went from literally. Let's bridge the gap from 6 to 7, and that's
which is the biggest gap.
Fucking important gap.
That's one of
we need that gap.
That arguably is one of the biggest gaps. Not even like time-wise, literally from them making it, it's the biggest gap time-wise in that universe.
So my thing is, where the fuck?
I don't know. 3 and 4, you think? I mean, that was about a 17, 18-year time gap
Yeah, that's true. No, yeah, you're
from
right.
Luke and Leia's birth to when, 4 came about, and you look between 6 and 7, that's probably about a 20-year gap with Kylo Ren being born to Leia and Han.
So you saw them as babies, and then you saw them older. Rey wasn't even born yet. She wasn't even a thought yet.
We don't even know where Rey comes from.
Well, yeah, but then they explained that she was left on this planet as a kid.
It's Obi-Wan's daughter.
No fucking way,
dude. Honestly, it's one of the most like
look at all the shit that Obi-Wan went through. You gonna tell me that he had enough time to fucking in that time frame make a baby?
Well, here's the thing though. With her age, given her age, Obi-Wan would have had to sleep with somebody right before he died on the Death Star.
Who?
When he died from fighting Vader?
Who? Oh,
Rey.
Right.
Yeah, to conceive Rey, he would have had to literally blow through some lady right before he went and died. Think about the time. Think about how long that time period is.
Well,
that's the only reason why it doesn't make sense to me.
I watched another video that said, because
He just used them Jedi mind tricks, man. That's all it was.
Obi-Wan.
You go sleep with me.
Obi-Wan had a love interest. It was they had the sisterhood or the motherhood of whatever it was. I forget what it was. There was a.
I wouldn't deny that, but you got to think about it.
There's a group of girls, but listen, and one of the girls was in love with Obi-Wan, but Obi-Wan didn't want nothing to do with it. He loved her
because he still followed the Jedi order.
Right, and he followed Jedi, but they said that in order for him to even have a child, he would have had to done that, and then but he didn't do it. But he would have had to done that, and then he would have had to go on. It just the timeline doesn't make sense with him having a child.
And that's the only problem that I mean, it's a plausible thought, but the timeline doesn't make sense unless he had a kid at some point in time, abandon that kid.
Right, and then everybody says, "Oh, Rey is."
But he literally spent his entire life watching after Luke after he gave him to his aunt and uncle.
Right.
He sat there in the background watching him grow up. So where did your Where's
Yeah, who said he didn't have some fun at the cantina? Remember, he said that, he didn't have some fun at the cantina. Remember, he said that, you know, most obviously the most villainous all scum and
100%
villain.
abandon his family.
You know, who said he didn't have a little bit of fun in there while he was, you know, taking a little break from looking over the weekend?
Okay, well, for the sake of argument, we'll just say, okay, yeah, he did have a little fun. Now, in the movie, they would have to
explain
who
he slept
or
with.
show that Obi-Wan did have some fun. Bring a character in for that, and there's no fucking way they're
then lead it to that person having a kid.
There's no way they're gonna do it to Obi-Wan.
Then that person having a kid, because that time gap is still too long for Rey to be born.
No.
She, like I said, she wasn't even there.
And then people are saying, "Oh, Rey's Luke's daughter." What?
Why would you abandon your daughter? That's the other thing.
Who the fuck did he get with after?
But not only that though. Check this out. Okay, it's Luke's daughter. Cool. So you abandon your daughter to train your nephew and just dip? So you're gonna take care of your nephew for so long, but you're gonna dip out on your own
Rey
kid?
is, I don't know.
She's a mystery.
Rey is somewhere.
She's got to be in the lineage of this family, though.
And I don't know where
you don't become a main character
let me ask you
and
this.
not be part of that.
Let me ask
family.
you this one though, because Dice is making the game.
Mm-hmm.
Not LucasArts, not Lucasfilms, not Disney. Dice is making it.
Mm-hmm. Because Disney's not stupid. They sure as fuck locked in the right people.
But listen, they had to get permission from somebody to put that story out.
That means that story existed already. That's what that means. That means that story existed already. That means that somebody finally said, you know what? Let's find somebody who can put this out for us, but not in movie form.
Because I'm thinking to myself, you know, there's no way Dice just fucking thought this up.
You don't realize
there's
how...
no way Dice
That's like when I explained to you, the whole... They literally explained how a red crystal is created in comic book form, which is canon to the whole series, and it's during the process where Vader is learning from Palpatine after he first transitions into Vader, and he's still kind of, you know, Anakin. And he explains to him that it's a living thing that you torture with the dark side of the Force till eventually it bleeds. It cries blood, and it becomes red. So, like, they explain that, they bridge that gap of figuring out why red crystals even exist.
Well, I'm gonna break something to you, and I don't want you to get mad at me, because I know you're very adamant on this theory that you have. But it's debunked. It's done.
Which one?
Why Mace Windu's lightsaber is purple.
Oh, what's that?
You said because he can balance the light and the dark.
Well, it's said to be one of the strongest crystals.
Right, but how do you think he came up with the purple lightsaber?
I have no idea. I just know he said it's said to be a strong crystal, so it's only able to be wielded by somebody of strong descent.
Do you know what it is, Joe?
Yeah.
No.
Samuel L. Jackson said the only way to be a Jedi is if he has a purple lightsaber.
Samuel L. Jackson literally, when they were making the movie, said, and it was during the scene on Clone Wars 2, on the Clone Wars where they were battling that fucking arena, he goes, is there any way I can get my lightsaber to be purple? And they said, why? He goes, because it's my favorite color and I want to be able to see myself different from the rest of the guys. And they said, you know what? George Lucas said, yeah, no problem.
But the funniest thing is, after the fact, they pretty much made that the strongest crystal. Because literally, it is stated, I forget, it's in one of the games, they state that it's such a strong crystal, it takes a strong Jedi to wield it. To think that through now, it's just like, so you gave him what he wanted, and then you made it the most badass thing ever, apparently. You made it so damn strong that only he can wield it.
Well, I mean, it is Samuel L. Jackson. You don't mess with that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't tell him no.
Samuel
Say,
Jackson.
motherfucking, yeah, Samuel Jackson, you can motherfucking have it.
Samuel L. Jackson literally said, I just talked to the guy that was, I said, hey, listen, I said, I'm going to have a purple lightsaber. It's my favorite color, and I want to tell myself aside from everything. Okay.
Shit.
But listen, how fucking crazy is that? Because in our life, we're not there when they did that, but in our life, him having a purple lightsaber, we believe this whole thing, like, oh no, he has it because of this. They don't realize that little itty bitty thing was just the fact that Samuel said, hey, listen, I want that.
Mm-hmm. That
It
also
has such a big impact on the whole goddamn
that
thing.
also brings into question, though, all these other color crystals. Because there's white, yellow, green, blue, red, purple, orange, black. That also automatically just brings into effect, well, hold on. why do we have these other colors now? Did somebody else say, hey, you know what? I want to have this. Like, you know, was it that, or was it just they were already written in? And maybe purple was the only one added into the spectrum. It makes you wonder. It really does.
I keep looking back at this comment. Luke versus General Grievous.
I know. It'd be
God damn it.
It'd be great.
What the fuck is that?
I'd be so happy with
What
that.
the fuck is that?
I would be okay with that. Dude, speaking of games that are coming out, did you see the new stuff from the new Spider-Man game?
The new Spider-Man game.
Yes.
We have a new Spider-Man game?
Yes.
Are we gonna do it right this time, or are we gonna fuck it up like we do every other one?
No, because what was it? The Amazing Spider-Man 1 video game was actually really good. The story was crap, but the actual gameplay and the way he handled it was great.
Yeah, but the graphics were still shit.
No, they're actually really good.
A lot of Spider-Man movies.
Compared to the other one, like, you know, other ones that they've done, because even the second Amazing Spider-Man game didn't hold up to the
A
first
lot of
one.
the Spider-Man games have always been non-par.
Oh, here's one for you guys. What is the worst superhero game of all time? In your
Superman
opinion?
64.
Which one?
Superman 64.
Yep, I was gonna say the same thing. Superman 64.
New suit, also, by the way, for this game. Yeah, get past this little ad. Alright, we got a new...
Is it Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
Shadows of
new
Mordor.
Shadows of Mordor game, yeah. The first one wasn't bad. It was just... It wasn't exciting. That's the only
Shadow
problem.
of War.
It's only on PlayStation 4, by the way. We're the only ones getting the Spider-Man game.
Well, it should be that way.
But like, look at the detail of the city around it. Look at the new suit.
Of the trailer we'd already seen, but we got to see it kind of running in real time on PS4 Pro.
Look at that suit,
hardware,
dude.
and it's got a better look of kind of just
I love the white.
colors and the
It's such a
physics
different
and
accent
stuff.
to it, but I love the
I think
white.
there's a really good chance that Insomniac will reveal.
Look at it. Look how different that looks.
Well, Insomniac's making it, so
We've gotten these kind of tastes.
Fine,
of what
Insomniac
it
does
looks
great.
like, but other than that PS4 Pro reveal, they've been pretty quiet, and I think a
Through the
year
bill.
after that
Oh, yeah.
reveal, now is the time to show us what gameplay looks like. Give us an idea of who is this Spider-Man, who are we playing as, what is the situation that he's in. It's also a perfect time to capitalize on Spider-Man Homecoming, which comes out a month after E3. I think Spider-Man on PS4 is exciting for a couple of reasons. The first of which is Insomniac. As a developer, Insomniac has shown that they are so good at so many things. They had Sunset Overdrive recently, where they proved
Yeah,
that they're
of course.
so in touch with just
Didn't they
moving
make,
and moving through an open space and making you feel like you have freedom in that
Insomniac,
world. And all of those things are
no,
around
it
the
wasn't.
Spider-Man game. But then last year, they had the remake of Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah,
which
no, it was
gorgeous.
It was
It's one of
infamous,
the
yeah.
games on PS4, and everything about it felt so authentic and cool and interesting to explore. I think those things combined make for such a good Spider-Man game. I think Spider-Man is a character with a really unique sense of movement, and so the way the world moves around him is really important. Being able to climb any building, being able to look at any obstacle and feel like you can get past it.
They're
is
allowing
really
you to do
important.
so much more.
I think when we played the PS2 Spider-Man games, we got a taste of that, but there was always sort of limitations to it. You couldn't really fully explore. You kind of had to be careful with what you were able to do. True open world next-gen freedom is perfect for a character like Spider-Man. The reveal of Spider-Man is probably my favorite moment of last year's E3. It was such a genuine surprise. I think the fact that this is a Sony exclusive especially
Oh, it looks great.
totally blew my mind. I think
Looks
it's such a
amazing.
cool opportunity for Sony to
Yeah,
show
I'm-
what
I'm
they can
so excited
do
for
with
it.
Spider-Man
franchises of
Assassin's
their own,
Creed is what it
and
looks like.
trusting a developer like Insomniac to be able
Oh,
to
it's
take the
great.
helm.
And like, look at the movements, dude. They're so crisp. Like those flips that
Spider-Man
he's
is a really
doing.
unique case on PlayStation 4. Sony has this incredible stable of first-party studios that have been making games for PlayStation gamers. Games like God of War and Gran Turismo.
That's another one coming out.
Yeah.
To a lesser extent, are these games for this PlayStation crowd that I think knows what they're looking for from Sony. Where Spider-Man is this incredibly well-known worldwide mainstream.
I like the knuckles on the gloves and now, like, padded up and everything like that.
Absolutely amazing.
Wider audience.
You feel pressure, right?
He even has the lenses. He even has the lenses that the new Spider-Man from the movies has.
Yeah, that sure looks amazing.
Like, it looks great. I'm actually really excited for it.
Me too, man. God.
So we got, not only that, we got the new God of War, which looks fucking fantastic.
The new God of War.
Looks
Shit.
Phantasmal.
I've always been a big God of War fan. I know. Surf Raptors play a bit of God of War. That game has always been wonderful because not only one of the characters and the settings they put you in, but obviously because of the character and the battle mechanics, like, you know, the shit that you can do with Kratos is absolutely amazing. Now with the addition of his child here, what do you guys think of the addition of the child?
I think depending on the situation, it might make him less aggressive, because now that's a target that can be used against you. If the kid stays around the entire time, somebody gets their hands on the kid, you know, you gotta try and, you know, there might be might be forms of negotiation.
I love the trailer because, you know, they raised the question of, you know, the mother's obviously gone.
Oh yeah, they made that very clear.
You know, so
we don't have any new trailers yet.
my thing is, where does the kid come into play?
See, and there's a lot of speculation that it's entirely a whole new Kratos. It's like, but here's the thing, it's a whole new Kratos. Yes, we're in Norse mythology now, but why is his skin still white then? Because his skin was only white because of the ashes of his family being embedded into his skin. The ashes of his wife and son are in his skin. That's the reason why his skin's white. So if this is a whole new Kratos, why is his skin still white? Are they going to use just the wife's ashes for this?
You can't ask questions like that, man. Come on, that's racist. Jeez.
Do what I want. I do what I want.
Maybe he's an albino. God.
But you got to think of that. Like it comes into question: is it the same Kratos and just a different entire?
No, I mean, I think
spectrum?
obviously the kid's going to be a playable character. I think you're gonna be able to play as both. I think that maybe
kind of like
they're gonna make it as like you know, the kid can only do so much.
Kind of like The Last of Us.
And yeah, and then the kid has to do some shit here and there, and Kratos.
I still think that the kid's gonna be a bit of a crippling point for Kratos. Because
that's my point here.
You see the trailer, and yes, he's hard on the kid, but that's only because he's trying to toughen him up. You know, at the same time, somebody literally, like I said, somebody grabs the kid and starts threatening the kid's life, holding him in front of them. Kratos is going to be hesitant to just try and like hack away at this dude's body.
Well, I'm telling you, I think that
he's not going to want to hurt the kid.
I think that it's gonna. See, I mean, with the kid aspect into it, I'm kind of bummed a little bit though, because it's like, you know, I just want a full-fledged God of War
murder spree.
Let me get Kratos and let me just fuck shit up. That's what I want.
Murder everything that exists.
I don't want to have this third leg, I guess we could say. You know, I don't really want him in there. I mean, it's gonna happen, but
yeah. Well, it's gonna give a different feel to the game. You're gonna see pretty much.
You never know, you know. As far as puzzles go, because you know how God of War is puzzles.
Oh yeah,
that's puzzles.
I love the puzzles.
So you know what, he might be one of those that you have to utilize him to get the puzzle done. But
that'd be a good point.
God of War is a hack and slash.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not hack and slash, you're doing puzzles. That's what makes God of War great.
That is what's great.
And they put you in great situations and great environments. That's what makes God of War a great game. I really hope that they don't stray away from that. I hope that they keep true to that, which I don't think they would though, because with the last, I mean, God of War 3 was fucking amazing.
I just love how it starts out.
Oh,
it starts out, you're in the action immediately.
You're climbing up that fucking Titan, and you just
Gaia.
Dude, that was incredible.
Fighting Poseidon.
Anyways, I love fighting Poseidon, dude. That was a great fight. You didn't stop bashing his face in until you decided to stop touching the controller. You could literally do that for like an hour if your hand didn't get tired. You could just fucking just the entire time. They did not stop you until you decided, I'm done.
God of War is just a franchise that is just so awesome. I just don't want them to stray away from their core beliefs.
I don't think they're going to, honestly. I mean, you gotta think, they've been doing it so well for so long now.
Yeah.
You have 3 Ascensions, 2 PSP games, 2 PS2 games. None of them were like, nobody at any point was like, I'm not gonna buy that. No, the moment a God of War came out, you're like, I'm fucking buying that. Like,
yeah, of course.
there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you were into God of War, you were buying it automatically.
You're less than 10 minutes away.
Another game that I saw that's coming out, they're doing a new Uncharted, but you're not playing as Nathan Drake. Yeah, but, I mean, yes.
What are you playing as?
Yes and no.
Who are you playing as? His daughter?
Not that it looks like. Because you get to see his daughter at the end of the last Uncharted game. There's the Lost Legacy.
Ooh.
Am I not saying it? Oh. No.
You are underage.
Only 12.
I don't care what Uncharted is, I'm buying it.
Uncharted? Oh
Yeah,
automatic.
they're
Automatically,
they're awesome.
that's being purchased.
They always do a great job.
You saw I got the
Anybody here in the comments comment, let us know. What do you want to hear about? What do you want to talk about?
you saw the Uncharted
Give
pop,
us your opinions. We're
pop
here.
figure I got?
Huh?
The Nathan Drake pop I got?
Yeah.
I like it. It's cool.
Where'd you get it?
I got it at GameStop.
You stop.
Yeah. He's holding his grappling hook and everything. That was pretty legit.
We like pop.
I never got into the Uncharted games. Something I've always wanted to look into, just never had the opportunity to.
Well, when you move here, it's your lucky day. Amongst all of us, we own it.
You're actually pretty good.
Yeah, but listen. As soon as you get into it, it's over with, bro. You're gonna be hooked.
The first
I
one.
just got so many other games I gotta play, man. I ain't even scratched the surface of Skyrim yet, and that game's out since, what, 2011?
No, yeah, he got Skyrim remastered, and it's just now he is.
I played through Skyrim when it first came out. Bless you. I did all the DLC, and I pretty much finished. So I'm like, alright, I'm going with Skyrim now. I don't really need to get back into that.
I want him to get the Elder Scrolls Online because.
I don't have that one. Bless you.
Really? Really? Right now?
They just came out with the Morrowind expansion for that Elder Scrolls Online.
Bless you.
Son of a bitch!
Cut it out. Okay, Need for Speed's coming out with a new game. How do we feel about that? Yeah,
It's been garbage for a while.
I think they've lost it and they need to stop. Bless you.
Son of a fuck!
Swift, how do you feel about the new Need for Speed?
I'm gonna be straight up. I've never been a racing fan. I've never done the Fast and the Furious, Gran Turismo, Need for Speed. Just I'm not really a big car guy, so it's never really had that appeal to me. Now you give me some Mario Kart, I'll get down with some Mario Kart.
I was a big PlayStation 1 Gran Turismo fan. The 2-disc fucking set. I mean, I love
Oh yeah.
Gran Turismo. And I bought, for the PS4, the first game I got was Drive Club. I bought Drive Club.
CG, I love the crew.
And then guess what? I got it for free. God damn it. And Drive Club was awesome, but it was broken for a while.
Have you played Split Second at all?
Yes.
I love it. That's the game we gotta get the guys together and fuck around in. That was a great one.
It's gonna be getting ready to get started now.
But yeah, dude, no, the crew was a great game. I like that one. It had its like Assassin's Creed feel to it because you had to go certain places and like activate the map for your GPS, but like at the same time,
the crew looks fun as hell.
You saw how big the map was. I drove around that one time. You can literally drive from like coast to coast. If I feel like driving from New York all the way to freaking California, I can drive from New York all the way to California. Why is it being stupid now?
Agent Lorraine Crawford, expert in intelligence collection and hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, here you go, Xbox. Like, what the fuck are you gonna even bring to the table?
Find out who it is.
All right, can we talk on one aspect right here, because wait, it'll take us 5 minutes. It's old news, but I just saw the new Beauty and the Beast movie.
Okay. Besides what I know you're going to say, tell me it wasn't like scene for scene the exact movie.
Well, that's another problem I have.
Except they added a few small things. They added extra details.
That's another. The big problem I have with that movie is one. The characters at the end of the movie where I got to see who actually played who. I'll elaborate on that here in a minute. But yes, I felt like they kind of copped out a little bit because they basically just took word for word. A lot of the dialogue is word for word, and a lot of the movies is word for word.
They did add a few new things into it to explain some more of the story.
Like, I don't know why they didn't.
Like what happened to Belle's mom and stuff like that.
Like Maurice. Like when Maurice comes back, they should have put him in the San Anselmo right away. That's what they did in the movie. No, they didn't. They let him play around
for a little bit. Yeah.
I like the way that they kept it that way, but as far as the songs go, I have never seen the movie, the new one. But as soon as it started, I sang every single word for word. I knew every single.
Dude, honestly though, my favorite song sung in that entire movie was "Be Our Guest." They did it so well.
Yeah,
from taking it from the cartoon version to the live version, and actually having things flying around and everything, like they did it so perfect.
Right.
The spotlight kept moving. He had to keep stepping into it.
So we'll get to my real problem with the movie is that at the end of the movie, we finally get to see.
Here we go again.
Who was Joseph? We finally get to see who was playing
Who?
Anybody who knows Beauty and the Beast and Disney movies, Cogsworth is the clock, Lumiere is the candle.
Yep. Cogsworth.
Ewan McGregor plays the fucking candle. That's Lumiere. Is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Cogsworth is famously played by Gandalf the Wizard.
Gandalf is fucking Cogsworth. And listen, while he was Cogsworth, it was great.
They sound great when they're those characters. But the moment you notice, you're just like,
and he's sitting there going, please leave me alone. You dancing with that bitch? Like, this is painful. This is painful.
Arguably, though, they did the best voices for those characters.
They did, but at the end of you can't.
When you discover who's who.
You can't put Gandalf and Obi-Wan in them type of clothes. You can't do it. It's fuck Star Wars for me all up.
Obi-Wan comes on the screen. Be our guest. Be our guest. Shut up, Obi-Wan.
And truthfully, I look back at it like it's not even a good French accent. It wasn't even good.
No, but he played him well. The characteristics.
Hey, I'm sorry, but Mrs. Potts had a little bit of a British twine to her, but Chip, not at all. Chip was straight up
Little kid, yeah.
American.
Well,
but he was like
the chick who played Mrs. Potts is actually British. That's the thing.
God damn it! Yeah, and it was that fucking one, the one from Nanny McPhee or whatever.
Yeah, Nanny McPhee. She did good though. I liked her as Mrs. Potts.
I was so.
The only thing I was half expecting fully was Mrs. Potts to be fat like she was in the cartoon when she came back to life. She was a big fat
I will
lady.
say this though, I felt bad for Belle's father because Belle's father the whole movie ate shit. He ate shit the whole movie. And the second thing was, out of the whole movie, you know who I thought was the main character out of all of it?
Who's that?
Gaston.
They focused on him a lot.
Gaston played the main role.
Gaston was a strong character. Dude, his buddy though.
Lumiere? Or LeFou?
LeFou, yeah. LeFou who is also the voice of Olaf. But dude, he did great as LeFou.
Well, another thing I liked though was at the very end, when they had the fight scene.
He turns on him.
I like the fact that LeFou turned because he didn't do that in the original.
No.
And in this one, he
They
was
made
kind
him
of
more humble
like
and
fuck him,
understanding.
and I'm just gonna. And I was like, yeah, all right. But the thing was that it was a lot different though. Was Gaston in the very beginning? He was super nice. He just really wanted to take Belle's hand, and then after Belle shut him down, then he got dickhead. If you watch the original,
He was a dickhead.
he was
from
a
the jump.
dickhead from fucking start.
He was like,
That
she loves me. No, she doesn't. But
Why is a woman reading books? You know.
See, in the new one, he didn't do, why is a woman reading books? He was more like, I don't understand. Like, what's the excitement? Like, he was more like, I don't get the excitement behind this. It
Yeah,
wasn't like,
yeah,
why are
yeah.
you reading? It's like, no, I don't get why you're so excited about it. You're weird. Like, there was more of that opposed to like, you shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong. Like, it was more understandable than it was back then.
At the end of the day, it was a good movie, and here we go. Xbox is starting. So here we go with all the.
And it's over. Nothing exciting. I don't know. The only thing, they keep showing this picture of this like little system that I kept seeing flash up. If that's their new system, it looks really weird. I don't know how I feel about it.
You're fine.
Yeah, so, I mean-
Take your worker uniform off for you.
Isn't AJ sleeping in her room?
Why is Jen still creeping?
She has the ability to
She's sticking her head right in the middle, and she's like,
Oh, what's this? What do we got? Is this just how they're entering?
Yeah.
Or are they showing the new board for the new system?
I don't know what this is.
This is either their introduction or this is their new system that they're showing. Just an introduction.
Yeah. Oh.
They're showing different games. Now it's starting to
That's stuff like Lord of the Rings right
It
now.
is, yeah. They're going to show Gears, they're going to show Lord of the Rings, the new stuff. Are they coming out with new Gears? I don't know how I feel about that. I think I'm kind of over Gears now.
Gears is basically just fucking run, take cover, shield over the barrier, take cover.
It was a
shield
good
over,
game,
take
but
cover.
it's kind of just old now. Yeah, it's buffering. Halo, also it's just gotten to that point where I'm not excited anymore. How do you feel about Gears, Swift?
bring it on, man. I love me some Gears of War.
See, I do
Give me that chainsaw gun.
Yeah,
Yeah, buddy, I'm
stretching
gonna saw
that.
someone in half.
I just feel like they're stretching at this point. I don't feel like they're really trying to do anything special. They're just starting to find new reasons to make it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the franchise does wear itself out. Like, I love Gears 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get to play the latest Gears because I didn't have an Xbox. But I mean, I love to get some Gears of War when I did have an Xbox. I was playing it, that's for sure.
See, I have an Xbox One. I still haven't got Gears for it yet, but it's one thing I plan on getting. The only reason I even got the Xbox One is for Gears, for Halo, and for the Rare Replay, which is literally like all the old Rare games redone.
And yeah, that's one thing I do miss playing some Halo, man. I loved Halo.
Halo 5 wasn't
That was
bad.
my game back in the day. Back when Xbox Live first came around and playing Halo 2, I still remember that map with that, it was like a construction site.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was a giant skyscraper in the middle that was under construction that had different levels. And, man, I love that map. You get all the way up on top of that crane with a sniper rifle and you just pick people off the whole match.
Oh, yeah. See, and Halo 5 was good. Had a good story, had good multiplayer. At the same time, though, I feel like they're just trying to reach for more and more stuff, and, like, at some point, just cut it off and either make, like, side stories, but, like, they keep trying to force the story to continue further and further and further. Like, dude, Master Chief should have been dead a long time ago.
They're just milking it for all they can get out of it until they can't milk it anymore. That's what's going on.
Like, there's other alternatives to doing that instead of forcing it that way. They made movies for it, which weren't bad. They explained a lot of different things that happened.
I did like the Halo Reach movie. That was or Halo Forward Unto Dawn.
Yeah.
That was a really, really good movie.
It was. I thought. Chief doesn't show up till the very end, but when he shows up, shit gets real automatically.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, he drops in, and he's just like, oh, fuck. The moment you see him, you're like, now this got real. And he just starts mowing through these fucking Covenant like there's nothing. And just like, hell yeah. But dude, Chief essentially is like one of those characters, like, without him, you really can't.
Look at this. World's most powerful console because
Xbox One
it's
X.
all about.
So they went from 1 to 1S to 1X.
How about this one?
Is that what part of Scorpio is?
Sheldon on Big Bang Theory made a good point. He goes, well, first they came out with the Xbox 360. Or no, it was Xbox, right?
Yeah.
First they came out with Xbox, then they come out with Xbox 360. How you doing, Synchro PvP? Gotta have you part of it. Came out Xbox, and then they came out with Xbox 360. Then they come out with the Xbox One. Doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't it be the Xbox 720?
It's like 360 is supposed to be a whole. Now why is one? They honestly do have a full they have the full description of what it is.
The Xbox One was about
being everything in one that you need.
And using your TV.
Xbox One
if you
as
watched
a one
the
as a whole.
E3 conference where Xbox One was announced, the first one, the one they bombed on, saying you can't do this, you can't do that. It was all they said TV.
Again, Sony came through. Sony came through with the asshole comments.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we can have you play online anytime you want. We can do that, and like, dude, they went straight into asshole. But the thing is, Sony hasn't.
We will require you to have a Kinect.
Yeah, we will require you to be online
24/7
all the fucking time.
Like, Sony went straight asshole, but they had every right to, because you know what? We're doing what other people actually want, not what you feel like doing. The same thing when we came down to freaking Nintendo versus PlayStation 1. Like, hey, we're doing what people are actually asking for. Fuck you guys. Like straight up, dude. They just know what they're doing.
They even said, our focus is on the games and the players that play the games. It's the same thing I just said about Nintendo. Focus on the players, the consumers, the people that are buying your product and spending our hard-earned money on your shit.
I understand making a system stronger. I get that. That's nothing I'm opposed to. However,
you can make a system stronger all you want.
When you keep coming out with the same system over and over again, you kind of just need to stop. Because Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox X, like that, dude, stop. Just come out with a whole new system entirely and stop.
What the hell?
What is that?
This shit's loud as hell. What happened?
It's still the same system, you're just adding an extra feature in there. Look, improves 1080 output, games rendered in 4K.
Okay.
Craftsmanship. It's gonna be built the same, just smaller. What the fucking craftsmanship? I've been inside these systems. They don't change very much. The shape changes, and the housing changes. That's it. That is the most advanced console processor ever.
Turn it off and let's see what they actually have to say about it, because we can listen to the audio, we just can't.
Wide memory bus. This is the fastest, most advanced processor to ever power a console. Our premium design means that every millimeter and every component within the console has been architected for maximum power and efficiency.
So what?
Our aspirations were so high, an industry standard approach just wasn't good enough. The Scorpio engine is so intense that for the first time ever on a console, we're using a liquid-cooled vapor chamber normally reserved for servers and high-end PC cards.
Cool.
That is kind of cool.
An engineer on the Xbox hardware team invented a new power management system so innovative, we named it after him.
The Hovis method uniquely optimizes every single Xbox One X at the system and component level to deliver consistent performance. Now, it's easy to think all this technology and capability will mean a bigger console. But again,
Wrong.
we wanted more. Not only have we built the most powerful console ever, Xbox One X is the smallest Xbox ever.
The fuck is that even? What does that even mean? Who cares?
It means that it's finally the size of a PlayStation 4. That's what it means.
It's a great honor to design and build it for you. I couldn't be more proud of our team, and I hope you love it as much as we do. Now,
Damn, that's cool as fuck.
let's see what this monster.
The only thing they said to me that anything was that it was cool.
Exclusive world premiere.
Oh, look.
World premiere.
What we got here? What game is this?
That looks good. That looks good.
It's in 4K, so naturally, yeah.
That looks really good.
I see a lot of desert and a city in the background. Camels. Good touch. Is that a car? That was a car. Those are cars. Is this another Forza?
Probably. Yeah, it's Forza. You're right. It's Forza.
I'm done.
It's Forza.
I don't care. Oh, wait.
Oh, my controller died even though I had it.
Yeah, see, I don't care. I am now out of this because
Yeah, but hold on now. This is just their first one. This is the first one.
yeah, but if you're gonna start with Forza, you're starting off terrible. You're starting off on the worst foot.
Listen, back when Xbox 360 was out, I played Forza.
Yeah, but now they're not what they used to
I
be.
thought it was the smoothest driving I've ever played.
They are not what they used to be.
Yeah, closer to 4 star, that was knack. That was pretty terrible. Come on now.
I'm kind of over the whole Forza thing. Because now when they're not making a regular Forza, they're trying to make Forza Horizons become a big thing.
Oh, they need that fucking semi truck for that too. Forza 7.
Okay, give me something exciting.
Please welcome
The people are happy
the
about
racing
it.
franchise, Dan Greenwald.
Yeah, people are happy, but I mean,
Let's hear about it. Come on, let's hear about your Forza game.
In the automotive world, supercars are debuted at international auto shows. Frankfurt, Paris, Detroit. But through your passion for racing on Xbox and PC, Forza has become the premier partner to the automotive industry. So today, for the first time in history, a flagship supercar is making its world debut here at E3 in front of you.
that should be promising.
They're gonna bring a car into the fucking thing.
That's cool.
This year, we announced a 6-year partnership with Porsche to bring you amazing experiences,
It's
both
Porsche.
in game and
Okay.
in person. Porsche shares our vision for the future of racing and esports. And this car has never been seen outside of the guarded walls of Porsche. That honor belongs to you, exclusively. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the 2018 Porsche 911 GT2 RS.
It looks like every other Porsche though. That's the only problem I have.
Same fucking car. It's nice though.
It's nice, but it looks like every other Porsche.
This is not only the most aggressive expression of Porsche's legendary design, it features the most powerful road-going 911 engine ever made. Like the Xbox One X, it's a monster. And with over 4.8 million active players across Xbox and Windows 10, Forza is one of the largest racing communities on the planet. You made this historic moment possible. Through your passion for racing, the digital and the real
See the
world
shirts
are
that they gave these
merging
people?
in an
I witnessed the most
unprecedented way.
powerful console ever.
So now, let's take a look at the Porsche.
That's how I feel about that.
GT2 RS.
That's how I feel about that, dude. Like, come on, man.
Really?
It's the most powerful console right now. Give it like 5 more months, and what's gonna happen?
It doesn't matter. It's all about the titles you give.
I'm Shannon Akalash, professional race car driver and Porsche driving coach.
Oh.
I'll be pushing the GT2 RS to its limits on the sun-baked streets of Dubai.
And I'm Verena May, professional racer and stunt driver. I will be fighting to survive dynamic weather in the Nürburgring in this Nissan GTR race car.
We start with Shannon in her customized driver on Dubai. Using the power of Xbox One X, Forza Motorsport 7 runs at a native 4K and a rock-solid 60 frames per second. And we have the additional power to deliver shocking levels of detail. Using super high-resolution assets, we've recreated the intense feel of one of the greatest driving roads in the world, the Hafid Mountain Pass.
This girl is awful at this game. You might be a professional driver, but you're not a professional driver in a video game.
But in Forza Motorsport 7, we've reimagined the entire racing experience.
That's the way to play it right there.
Racing is more immersive and dynamic. Ominous skies roll in as car parts rattle and vibrate.
That's really good.
We've made racing more epic and grand. Race through living environments featuring spectacular vistas and massive scale. You can see we've made racing more dynamic and surprising. Dynamic puddles grow as the storm unleashes its fury.
I like how
it's more thrilling and competitive.
Gas to the
Feel the
rain.
intense heat
You hear the RPMs rain, there's need some spinning. That's.
And it's more beautiful and alive. Dark skies open up and change as the sun emerges from the clouds for a breathtaking finish.
Yeah, it looks nice. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not rushing out to get the system with that game. That's not the selling point for any Xbox
Racing
ever for me.
is reborn in Forza. Whether
Forza?
running on the Xbox One,
Did you say
family
Forza?
consoles,
I heard a T in there. Did you hear a T in there? Racing is reborn at Forza. Forza!
And comprehensive racing games ever made. With more than 700 cars, it features the largest collection of Lamborghinis,
700
Ferraris, and Porsches ever assembled.
Today, you are the first people to see the 2018 Porsche 911 GT2 RS. And this week at E3, like me, you can be the first to drive it.
So come experience the most powerful
Where do you let me get in that car and drive?
911 ever made.
Or are you going to try and have me drive it on a stupid game? This is not the same.
Console ever made in Forza Motorsport 7.
Forza! He keeps doing it. He's putting a T in there.
So Xbox's whole deal is going to be, it's the most powerful console. Is this going to be an Xbox One or Xbox Scorpio, Xbox X? That's all it's going to be.
It's now a power game. They're not trying to play.
Oh, it is.
I'm going to play a ton of Forza Motorsport 7.
He's doing it too. Why is everyone putting a T in there?
You want
Yeah, I don't know.
You're not playing shit.
That's all they're doing now. It's literally they're just trying to make it. Oh, it's so powerful. Okay, but is that what we're asking for? At this point, these systems are so powerful. You don't need to try anymore. You just need to make games that we want.
Exactly.
That's all it is. You need to make games that we want. What we've been asking for. Instead of, oh, this system is so strong, it could power your house. I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
I don't want that. I want a game that's fucking incredible.
Listen, and another thing though is unless people have a 4K TV,
you're gonna get experience from 90% of it.
I have a 4K TV and a PlayStation Pro that runs 4K, the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Great. Other than the games that I play that are 4K ready, I don't experience 4K anywhere else.
Or the movies that you get that are 4K.
I don't see it.
That's that. That's the thing though. It's only $200.
I paid $1,000 for my 4K TV, and guess what? Big fucking whoop. I barely ever see 4K on my shit. Even though I'm on YouTube and look at 4K video, it still doesn't run 4K. It runs fucking 1080p.
What are you gonna do?
And then once you get this and you invest in this, it's gonna be 8K. It's gonna make that system obsolete then.
Now this system's no longer the stronger system because it can't keep up. That's what I'm saying. Give it a few months and like right there.
What it comes down to is you buy the system you like to play.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? If you can get a cool TV to play it on, play it on. But other than that, you know, that's what we do. Here we go. Here's an Xbox exclusive.
We got another world premiere here. Let's see. Looks like a level out of Call of Duty. Oh, there's some creatures though. Sounds like a hunting game.
To live without hope is to cease to live.
It looks like Metro.
Looks like Dead Space. Without the third person.
And trust me, if you ever played Metro Last Light or anything like that, it looks exactly like that. It might be a new Metro. Because it looks like that freaking wristband was reading radiation.
Oh, it wasn't, but it's XO enhanced with the Ultra 4K HD. So, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Gotta get it.
You hear him screaming. It's so Ultra 4K, it's the most amazing thing ever. And yeah, it looks good. I'm not going to deny that.
It looks great, but just...
At the same time, I'm not rushing out.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Mutated
shit.
rat.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Punch
shit.
it in the head.
Oh, shit.
It's not how you fight.
God damn it. Where's the Ninja Turtles at?
Neck shot. That's all it took for that. Really? It's mask cracked.
Oh.
Get the chopper.
Who's running?
You can't shoot down the ladder? What kind of bullshit is that? Alright. Looks good. Whatever this game is. I'm telling you, it looks so much like Metro. If it ends up being Metro, I'm not going to be surprised.
Would you be excited?
It wasn't a bad game, but at the same time, Metro's also on PlayStation right now, so at some point in time, this is going to come to PlayStation.
Metro the free-to-play one?
I don't know if it was free-to-play or not. They had Metro Last Light and Metro 20-something or other. I don't remember the exact date behind it. It's a gas mask. It's very plausible for a Metro game, but still, debatable. Looks good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Apocalyptic style gaming.
Yeah, very good to look.
Like that was a map attached to a freaking thing instead of like a...
This thing I hate though is that they do these demos when nobody plays this way. We would have been walking down the fucking path already. We wouldn't be checking our binoculars and shit.
Nice crossbow.
We've just been walking.
Giant rat. So far, I've only seen giant rats, so I need something that's like exciting. Looks good. I can't not say that.
It looks wonderful.
It looks like a great game.
It does look great.
It's very clean looking. The detail on this crossbow is nice. You can see the spring assist here and the pull.
Yeah.
It's buffering. That's the only thing about live shit. It buffers a lot. But it doesn't look bad.
Looks nice. Well, we can collectively say that from what we've seen so far, it's basically just going to be a Xbox Scorpio jerk-off fest. Is what's going to be. We have the most powerful system.
That's all you're going to hear.
You can run this game on 4K, but you can still run it on
But that'll be
PS4 4K.
That'll be the only argument right there. Oh, our system's so much stronger. Okay, we still have better games.
The thing is, you can run 4K games at 60 frames per second on that system.
There we go. The fuck is that thing? And now you decide to freeze right after that happens.
But listen, you can run 4K 60 frames per second games on the Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I can do it on my system in the living room right now.
That's it. I have it before you.
Thank you. Oh, because you have an extra little fucking chip in there that makes it look whatever.
And a liquid cooling. Okay, cool.
Yeah, liquid cooling. Listen now, liquid cooling.
I'm sure that thing's gonna be a fucking small fortune though, just for those few extra things.
The liquid cooling though is kind of something nice that I like. Though.
It's nice, but it's probably not going to be worth what its price.
But them doing that though, it only shows me that guess what they're going to do. Before you know it, mark my words.
Sony's going to do it.
Microsoft's going to turn their console into a PC.
It already is a PC. That's the thing. It literally is a PC. That's why you can run computer controllers off of it and stuff like that. It's already a PC. That's what they've been. That's the whole point of a Microsoft system. It's
it looks weird, but it looks amazing. And we're watching this on a TV that's not 4K possible. It still looks great.
Metro. Did I not say? I called it.
Metro Exodus.
I called it. I told you it looked like a Metro game. 2033.
You called it.
That's the other one.
You called it.
It's based on a novel. But I told you. I told you what that looked like. I know my games, dude. I play enough of these things, and I know what it looks like. Which at the same time, oh, it's an exclusive. Give it a year. Sony will have it. Because you know what? 2033 and the other one were Microsoft exclusives originally, and Sony ended up getting
Here's
both.
another world premiere. World premiere doesn't necessarily mean exclusive, but let's see what this is.
Egyptian stuff. Is this Assassin's Creed?
Ooh.
Is this Assassin's Creed?
Don't get in there. Don't get into that.
Let's see if this is Assassin's Creed. Hold on. Because you know what? It's the new Assassin's Creed takes place in Egypt. During Cleopatra's reign. And if that's what it is,
alright, brother.
This should be interesting. You'll be able to tell once you see the character.
That's it. I'm telling you. Look at the,
You'll be able to see, once you see the character.
No, that's it. That's it.
Character will be a dead giveaway. Yep! That's Assassin's Creed! Look at the suit. Look at the suit. Look at the hat. Look at that. That's an assassin.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
Take it easy.
Go by, Rod.
I got to do some moving stuff though today.
Look at that. Look at that sword, dude. You got arena combat now? We had to dip out?
Yeah.
Swift Raptor signed out.
Swift Raptor signing out.
Oh. Crocodile fights underwater? This looks good, dude.
It does look good.
I'm excited for that. I've been waiting for another Assassin's Creed for a minute now. You can shoot 5 arrows. He just Robin Hood these bitches. You didn't see that? No. The Brotherhood begins. This is where the Assassin Order began.
Origins. Oh, shit.
I have a new reason to want something. At the same time, it's going to come out for PS4.
It's not exclusive, though. It's just a world premiere.
I know. It's going to come out for my PS4, so I don't care. And you know the crazy
Turn
thing
it up. We got to hear this. Turn it up. We got to hear this.
Sony gets exclusive stuff for those games.
It's the birthplace of modern civilization. And it is also the birthplace of the Assassin's Brotherhood. Assassin's Creed Origins is taking you to the perfect setting
Riding Camelback.
gaming adventure. Egypt, 3,000 years of history and mystery at the tip of your fingers. Assassin's Creed Origins is also the story of one man, Bayek. Bayek is the last Magi, the protector of his community, an Egyptian sheriff, if you like. He struggled against the dark forces that corrupt ancient Egypt will lead to the foundation of the Assassin's Brotherhood. But recreating ancient Egypt, going back so far in time, pushed us to rethink and expand our gameplay mechanics.
You realize how long
We
it's
added many RPG elements to a huge systemic world, more detailed and alive than ever before. So today, we are very proud to show you what the game looks like on Xbox One X running in 4K. And now, just for you, Bayek is coming back to Siwa, his hometown, to kill the fake oracle, Meduna.
This should be good.
World premiere.
This should be promising. Actual gameplay of it now. The new logo, you saw that? They had a new logo. That's clean already. Just look at the bird alone. Look at this landscape, dude.
Ah, yeah, it's beautiful.
River boat play, and they'll have big scale boat play too. So you have 2 different types of boats you can do now. I like the outfit already. It's not a heavy kind of outfit, it's a very light looking outfit.
Siwa, my home, the sacred oasis.
The spear is going to be nice to use.
No.
Alright, spear and shield though. Spear and shield would be nice. It's the first time you have a shield, you realize that, right? You realize that though, right? This is the first assassin with a shield. Which is going to put so much to the combat system.
Yeah, it's fucking spear.
It's going to put so much to the combat system, like, in a different way now. And look, see the cutout on top of the shield, how it's got that curve? You know what that's for, right? when they block, they shove the spear to the top of that so they can see where it's going, and so they have an advantage of it. That's why it's on the top and bottom. They can go under or above.
On Xbox.
This temple resembles a fortress. What has happened?
Did you send the bird up to look for him? That's what it sounded like. Horseback is back, which is nice. Being able to ride a horse again is cool. The dude's almost as dark as B-Boy. He almost looks like Under the Bed. Come on. I'm excited though. Obviously, I love Assassin's Creed, and this should be a nice addition to the series. It'll tie in a lot of the story and figuring out, you know, what's going on with it exactly. What are you calling?
B-Boy.
You calling Under the Bed?
Call me boy.
He ain't gonna answer. He's too busy working.
I answer.
Alright, well this is frustrating me now. It's not doing anything, so we're gonna have to tap out on that.
You fight other one.
You have reached the voicemail box of
Oh, dear me.
Under the bed.
Yeah, they're not running right, but either way, we are coming to our stopping point here.
Yeah.
Did he just text you? Is that him?
Probably. Yep. Yeah, we're coming to the end of this. We're gonna finish watching this Xbox live stream just to see what's going on with them. But
so we can get it running again. But yeah.
My God, that one game looks awesome.
Expert in
The Metro?
collection and hand-to-hand combat.
No, the Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, dude, I can't wait for Assassin's Creed.
Shall we begin?
That looks crazy.
I'm too excited for that. Ancient Egypt during the reign of Cleopatra.
He's putting his buttons on and stuff.
I've had that. But
And then you knew that, didn't you?
so I mean,
Anyways,
on behalf of everybody else, we have Reaper, B-Boy, and Swift signing out early.
yes.
Two of which didn't even sign in today, but you know, like I said, they had their own reasons, and we're
Yeah,
not gonna,
life happens, and we
don't hold it against
It is
them.
what it is, you know. And me and Iron Man just did the best we could. Make sure we give you guys something for our podcast. And next week we probably might have just about everybody.
Hopefully, we should. I don't see any reason why not.
So, looking forward to that. And you know, we love you guys, and thank you so much for listening and sticking with us.
You know, just if for all our people that are actually on the YouTube right now, go ahead and look us up on Facebook. We have a page
Think
on
of
there.
that. We have about 14 comments, which is
Surprising. I didn't expect us
a
to
little
actually
bit more
get
than what we expected. So thank you guys for
But yes,
seeing
go,
on YouTube.
go on our
so.
Facebook that we have as Weekend Geekin. You know,
And if you want to look at
pretty easy to find.
YouTube, or the YouTube is Weekend Geekin.
Mhm. We
And
have
you'll see the live stream live on there. You can see us.
we have all our old podcasts on our Facebook page, which have a link that leads to. You can listen to them at. So you know, hopefully everything was enjoyed by our listeners here and everybody that's actually listening. But as of always, this is Iron Man AB signing out.
And this is SHREDDYKRUGER signing out. Thank you very much, and geek out.